back? I think we're back. I think we're back, guys. Jay's back with another episode of the Starting Mindset podcast. No way. No way. What is going on, you guys? It's been a long time coming. It's episode 59. I've been slacking a little bit. I know it's been 2 months since the last show, but there's been a lot going on in my life that I wanted to maybe discuss on later episodes because I feel like maybe there's been a handful of you that have reached out to see what was going on, how I was doing, and I'm forever thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the support. I've been getting some time away to go up to the mountains to really explore my mind and really try to figure out exactly what's been going on within me, within my goals, my plans, within the world. And I want to take some time for myself to understand where I need to be within the new year. And yeah, I've been working. I've just been working a lot. I've been working not only at my 9 to 5, but I've been also working on some projects on the side as well. I've been studying. I've been learning some new skills. I've been spending a lot of time with family. I've been spending a lot of time with friends. It's been a good couple of months here and into the new year. I just recently started 75 Hard again, so that's exciting. But yeah, for the most part, I have had a lot of time to reflect on the year and a lot of the failures I've seen, a lot of the lessons that I've learned along the way. And all in all, it's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride so far, but I have a lot of cool things in store that I want to address this year. And I truly believe that I've really reached a pivotal moment in my life where I can finally shift to a new me. And I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of progress within my mentality, within my physicality as well, and with my relationships with people. And yeah, so you guys have probably been seeing I've been posting a little bit here and there. I'm going to restart the show back up again, bring on some more cool guests. And I want to really inspire you guys that listen, that need my voice, that need some sort of inspiration to get you off your ass and into the gym or to crush a certain goal, to meet some deadlines. There's a lot of things about life that's so crazy, and sometimes I get too worked up over it and totally forget my path. But I'm back. I'm here. I'm calm. I'm cool. I'm collected. And if you're listening to this right now, I just want to say thank you so much for, hanging in there. I hope you have been having a wonderful, last 2 months. There was Christmas, New Year's. I had my birthday too. That was pretty cool. But all in all, guys, I wanted to address some things, change some things up. I think for the most part, the show is going to be technically the same. I wanted to be a little bit more personalized, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy, but still give you guys a sense that I'm going to continue to teach things around the mindset and how you can grow, how you can become a better person, how you can function with a mentality that's going to take you to that next step, to that next level as I grow in my life. And to take you along my journey and through my experiences so I can teach you guys is going to be such a cool thing going forward, because it's weird because I don't necessarily talk to a whole lot of people like closely in my social circle about stuff like this. And, maybe I just need to start surrounding myself with, better people. Not saying that my friends aren't good for me. I just think that maybe I have to surround myself with people that are growing, people that are like-minded, people that believe in personal development. Who knows? But I've been doing a lot of this on my own for the most part. And, thoroughly, I do enjoy people. I do enjoy connecting with humans and talking to strangers when I'm on my walks or when I'm at the grocery store or whatever. So, yeah, but all in all, it's going to be great this year because I have a lot of cool things planned out for shows and for guests, like I mentioned, but also stuff for the platform as well within content and some things that I got going on with Starting Mindset entirely. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you missed the show, I welcome you back. I promise I won't leave you hanging again. But I came across a question the other day, and I really wanted to point this out because, it really struck me when I read it. And I get a lot of questions all the time. I usually generally DM, or people DM me or I DM them. We talk a lot here and there. They always ask a lot of questions. I ask questions too, back and forth. But I usually take back a lot of questions that I can, teach. And one that really struck me was something that I could relate with. And I'm sure you listening right now, you can relate to this as well. But I'm going to read the message here. I'm going to keep it anonymous. But if you recognize the text and for very well, just know I'm shouting you out. So the message was, "Hey Jay, how do you stop negativity from entering your life? I feel lost at times, but it's never really consistent. Like some days are good, but on days where I'm feeling down, I feel way off and completely shut down and lose focus on my path. I sometimes feel like I just allow so much negative energy in my life where I know I shouldn't. What would you do and what would you recommend to help fix this?" So, based from my experience, because I know this question is very loaded, I feel like negativity in anyone's life is such a universal issue. Right? Everybody deals with negativity in such a different manner. Like I could be dealing with negativity differently from you, from your siblings, from your parents, your friends, or whichever. Everyone's dealing with it differently. And I think what it comes down to, honestly, is just to not allow anything or anyone to take your energy away from you, aka your power. Your energy is your power. The more people take from you, or let's say, for example, something like an object, aka my phone, for example, when I'm scrolling on Instagram, when I'm scrolling mindlessly on TikTok, there's just so much energy extracted from my mind where, when you get that feeling where you just feel like mentally exhausted, like you just didn't know what hit you. You just, once you get off the app, you're just like, what just happened? I feel lazy. I don't want to do anything. I feel like I'm in a rut, essentially. I feel like I lost some sort of like power, I feel like I lost energy. And it's not something that I enjoy thoroughly, which is why I tend to avoid a lot of scrolling. I tend to avoid a lot of people, looking at people's lives in comparison, the news, all that jazz, because it just sucks so much energy from me. And when things take energy from me and take power away from me, I feel upset. I feel more negative. I complain a lot more. I'm usually attracting a lot of more negative people. We're gossiping, whatever. And it's not generally someone that I want to be. I don't want to be a negative person. But I understand that, based off of human functionalities, like we all have our negative moments. So to say that you want to stop negativity from entering your life, I feel like that's not something that you should focus on, because I don't think you can stop negativity from entering your life. No matter how many people that are out there that think super positively about everything, everything's goody two shoes and whatever. I know for a fact, like all these positive entrepreneurs and influencers, they all have had a past. They've all had, a negative past where most of them utilize that as fuel to push them forward and propel them forward to where they are today. And a lot of the things in my life that I come across that are negative, like I've had many in these last 2 months, in which, for example, another human being where I came across actually in person, she shrugged me off and, I didn't know what I did, but it was kind of weird. It was like I had a real life hater and this person and I used to be friends, and it was kind of weird to see that go down. And honestly, it did bother me in a way. And I felt like in a way it was kind of starting to ruin my day a little bit. But then I realized, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going to allow this negative energy to consume my mind. What can I do right now to propel myself in a positive manner, in a positive way, so I can take some good out of this situation? And there's a lot of things that happen in our lives where we can use as energy, especially with negativity. Like the last, couple breakups. I know everyone has gone through a breakup in their life, or they've had people betray them. They've had people break promises. It happens to everybody. And that feeling of betrayal, motivates people to either look for things in the wrong ways or things in the good ways. There's always this trend that I see on social media where when dudes are in the gym and like they're not really that motivated, and then they have their buddy bring over his phone, and it's like a photo of his ex-girlfriend, and like he's just now like pumping weights like no tomorrow. Like it's the ultimate motivation. It's like having a chip on your shoulder. Like I'm very competitive with sports too, and I know like in a division in hockey, if us and some other team are very competitive against one another, and we're very chippy, and we're the top two teams in the league, and now we're going to compete in the playoffs. Come playoff time, it gets very competitive. But I usually play with a chip on my shoulder going against these guys because I understand, despite the hatred that we have among each other, it's those that want it more that will get the results. So sometimes using negativity to power you towards a path that will propel you forward, sometimes there's some positivity in that. Imagine if you took your last breakup and it was devastating, obviously, right? No one likes to be betrayed like that. But you utilize that negativity, that negative energy, and you went to the gym. You started walking. You did 75 hard. And then now 6 months from now, you have a great mindset. You're in the best shape of your life. You've built such good relationships with people. You met some new people. You live such a healthier lifestyle. And then when you look back, you realized, wow, like I needed that chip on my shoulder. So I don't know exactly what you're going through right now, because it does sound like you are lost at times and things are very inconsistent. But just realize not all negative energy is bad energy. And if you're trying to limit the amount of negativity in your life, I would start with setting boundaries. Boundaries are important. I don't know what's going on with our society, but there's too many entitlement where people are just stepping over everyone's boundaries. Just the level of disrespect that I see out there, especially online on the internet, of strangers commenting on other people and just insulting them back and forth. Man, these are the types of people that never got punched in the face. I don't know. But setting boundaries is still going to be the most important thing for you in your life. If you're listening right now and you can relate to this and you don't already set boundaries, setting boundaries is the main thing for people to not overstep you and not disrespect you. And for very well, there might be some things that we're not comfortable with, but at the same time, you got to continue to stay open-minded, observe, but have clear boundaries with those around you so they understand not to overstep it consistently. Another thing that's good for me too is to really utilize and clean your physical and your mental spaces. So when I'm talking about physical spaces, I'm talking about, let's say, your room, your house. Clean everything up, get things organized, declutter some things. If you're a hoarder, like, dude, seriously, it's 2023. Come on. Clean some things up. Get on a good routine. Your mental space will look like your mindset, right? So decluttering, it's the same thing for your mind. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling lost, the last place you should go is social media. Honestly, guys, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of it because all in all, I feel like it's a big waste of time. Like, what do you learn on it besides, watching people and becoming entertained? And yeah, I know it's a good, time killer. You can, if you have a couple hours and yeah, whatever. But if you're not in a good space right now, I tend to avoid it personally because it just piles on more stuff and it doesn't give me the time for myself to sit within my own thoughts. So I utilize that time to journal, just journal your thoughts. Or if possible, maybe you can talk to somebody. Maybe you can, you go to that one person you can go to discuss your issues or whichever, right? Someone that can give you some good advice, someone that can hold you accountable, whichever. Don't just clutter your mind with just nonsense. If you're in a position where you feel completely off, especially if you're lost, take a break, take 2 months away and go to the mountains and really just be at ease with your mind start reading something, start journaling, start meditating, whatever. Be with you, be with yourself, and be around like-minded people that will support you. And the last piece of advice I have for you is something I've already mentioned is, have a chip on your shoulder. Whatever you're going through, it could be somebody or it could be something. Utilize that negative energy to your advantage. Don't let that negative energy go to waste. Remember what that person said about you. Remember what that person did to you, and take that, utilize that as motivation. Like, that's essentially unlimited motivation. Make a list of everything that is so negative in your life and try to look for ways to switch that, to do a complete 180 on each thing that has brought nothing good in your life and turn it around. Create a plan. Execute on that plan. But don't forget to have that chip on your shoulder. Because when we come across haters, doubters, whomever, there could be some of us that succumb to these hate and let it just sit in our heads. And then, nobody likes it, right? And I'm not saying this in a toxic way to live life hating everything and everybody, right? To do things because you hate people, but to do it in a way to take that negative energy and bring out a positive in your life. There's so many guys that I know that had a girlfriend, and when they didn't work out, they broke up. Some of them suffer, or some of them go to the gym. I'd rather my boys go to the gym. I'd rather my boys exercise. I'd rather my boys pick up a hobby that benefits them, that takes them to a more positive lifestyle. I'd rather not my friends go, out drinking and partying every weekend. It's just not healthy. It's just not a good trajectory. I want my friends, I want anyone that's in my life to be a winner. But I understand in order for me to do that, in order for me to make that happen, is I have to make it happen for myself. That is the only way that I can limit negativity from my life. Not entirely, because you just can't delete negative energy out of your life. Like, it'll just come when you least expect it. But understand that what you do with that energy will mean everything. It will either make you or it will either break you. So I know you're feeling down right now and you're losing focus on your path. But whatever you're going through, allow yourself to observe, take that energy, set boundaries, clean up your physical and mental states, look at your plans, and execute, especially with a chip on your shoulder. Because you have everything to prove in this life. You have everything to prove to yourself. It feels really good to be back, in the year 2023. But I really want you guys to know, let's make this the year. Let's make this the year that we stop allowing all this negative energy in our lives and utilize that towards things that we must do. Because we all know what we have to do. If you feel lost, reevaluate. Reevaluate your life. Reevaluate your plans. Reevaluate your path, everything. And let's make this the best year that we have for ourselves going forward. No more bullshitting ourselves. Every single year we tell ourselves that we're going to make it, that we were going to accomplish everything that we've had at the beginning of the year. Let's make this month great and repeat again on the second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month. I know we all feel motivated when New Year's comes. For me, it's just, another day. It's another year for opportunities. So if negative energy comes into your life, allow it. Allow yourself to experience it. But ultimately, don't suffer from it. Utilize that energy as power, because negative energy can be a powerful thing when used in the right ways, especially if you have some sort of chip on your shoulder or something to prove to yourself. So what's it going to take? What's it going to be? Are you going to allow negative energy to take over and to overconsume your mind? Or are you going to do something about it? Let's go out there. Have a great year. Treat every single Monday like a New Year's. Reevaluate your goals. Structure your plan. Execute the mission. And remember this. Never allow anything or anyone to take your power away from you. Thank you guys again for listening. It's great to be back. We'll see you guys on the next episode.